No, I'm not going to wait until tomorrow. Articles of Freedom. The Works of the Continental Congress, 2009. Yeah, I'm got an attitude now. Articles of Freedom. Restoring the Constitution. For the free people of the United States of America. And you're only free if you want to be, and you put forth the effort and the thought to be so. From the citizen delegates representing each of 48 states who convened for 11 days at Pleasant Run in St. Charles, Illinois, to deliberate, debate, and decide a plan to restore constitutional governance in the United States of America, November 11th through the 21st, 2009. Copyright 2009 by We the People Foundation for Constitutional Education Incorporated. For Continental Congress 2009, all rights reserved. Any portion or section herein may be reproduced in its entirety with no alterations or additions and shared freely with all peoples if credit or source is cited as the Articles of Freedom, the works of the Continental Congress 2009. We the People Foundation for Constitutional Education Incorporated, 2458 Ridge Road, Queensbury, New York, 12804. Website www.givemeliberty.org. All one word, all lowercase. Call to action, go to www.articlesoffreedom.us. That's the URL I put in the other one. Take the nationwide civic action pledge, join millions of others. Now, I'm doing this because I can't afford to go out and have all of these printed up. I would fill a tractor trailer with these. Hell, I'd fill a fleet of tractor trailers with these if I had the money. And I'd be handing them out in every damn town, city, four-cornered burg across the country. That's how dire the situation is, people. That's how real this issue is. And if you keep thinking you have rights, you don't. You're only fooling yourselves. Again, 93rd session of the Congress. The Senate itself, in the documentation I made, says it flat out. Constitution is null and void when there's a national emergency. Articles of Freedom, Restoring the Constitution. Introduction. Think of the millions of folks, including members of the armed forces, who have raised their right hand and said, I, Stephen Keene, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely and will do so to the last drop of blood in my body, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God. May he strike me dead if there's any falsity in anything I'm stating right now. I would invite it. Think of the millions who have placed their right hand over their heart and said, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, how many years has it been since we've been able to say that in a classroom? What are the children learning? How could anyone who has pledged their devotion to the Constitution reconcile the following violations of the Constitution that are destroying America? When will it end? For decades, our government has been meddling in the internal affairs of other countries without any constitutional authority. Executive orders outside constitutional authority. causing foreign nationals to direct their hostilities towards us, which has given us a war on terror and a growing police state that is repugnant to the Fourth Amendment and the general welfare of a free people. For decades, we have had undeclared wars in violation of the War Powers Clauses of Articles 1 and 2 of the Constitution. It's available on the internet, not just in its original form, but in clear text, whatever font you want and are comfortable with. We are now gifting and lending public money and credit to private corporations for decidedly private purposes, corporate welfare, without any constitutional authority whatsoever. We have a fiat currency in violation of the money clauses of Article 1. You can only loan out what you have in the bank. But first and foremost, only the Congress has the power to mint and coin money for the country, for the Republic. We have been emitting trillions of dollars worth of bills of credit through or under the auspices of the Federal Reserve System in violation of Article 1. So, the more bills we float out there, people, that's where our trouble's coming this year. See, because with all these bills of credit, that means inflation. Inflation means your dollar's worth less. This year we're going to see, I'll bet, I'll go along with the people I've been listening to, a 30 to a 50% reduction minimum of what our return will be for the currency we have in our pockets. So you're going to need a shopping cart to load your money in just to go to the store and buy a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk if you're lucky enough to get both. We have been emitting trillions of dollars. We have been incurring trillions of dollars worth of debt for the payment of expenditures for programs and activities that are not enumerated in Article 1 and therefore not authorized. We have fraudulently ratified 16th Amendment in violation of Article 5, a direct and unappropriated tax, unproportionated tax, on labor, in violation of the tax clauses of Article 1, and a judicial system that refuses to consider the evidence, in violation of Article 3. We've all heard about the lady Sherry Jackson, I think is her last name. She worked for the IRS for years, and she went throughout all of their records and couldn't find anything to state this is a law. I myself have done a search through IRS files and gone through subfolder after sub. There's nothing. It's a ghost chase. Do it yourself. Find out for yourself. You'll see what I mean. All right. Let me check my time. Okay, I'm running off at the head too much here. I need to do this documentation and this documentation alone and leave my opinions out of this and irrelevant therefore. So this is going to be more than a one-part video, just because I can't keep my mouth shut sometimes, and I ask you to forgive me for that. Please do not take this as anything other than just passion for the belief in what I was told my whole life was real, and now to be told it doesn't matter, it's just a piece of paper. So everybody, your reality shifted. I think you're just going in auto mode right now. You're waiting for the next shoe to drop. What's it gonna be? I don't know, people, but I know I do not want that shoe dropping on me. I don't want to just go out with a whimper. I don't want to go out at all unless it's God calling me home.